Hello, I am back, and it is spooky season. I know it's not officially fall, but it's coming in a couple more weeks. I'm drinking Java Mama's Autumn Spice, and I forgot to bring the coffee up here to show you. Autumn Spice is cinnamon, nutmeg, and a touch of rum. Ooh, and it's very strong. Of course, I made it strong, but it's got like a strong spice taste. Very good. So, as you know, this is Kelly's Coffee and Movie Chat. I'm going to start. I got a lot of spooky movies to cover. This one is another hidden gem that I saw, and I want to say I always try to look up the year, but this was the very, very early 80s. Oh, it's 1979. My mom had HBO back in the day when HBO was the only really premium channel and it was all new. And you just had a little button to push on, you had a little box on your TV and you pushed a button, you got HBO. So it's so funny because we had to have it as channel 3, which back then was MTV. And we had MTV, turn the MTV on and push that button. But I was a kid, like maybe 9. This is around the time Halloween was out and all that. And I was so into scary movies as a kid, and I thought, this sounds scary. And it is. Believe it or not, it is. It's spooky music. It has everything in it. I'm talking about 1979's The Evictors. Now, what this is, if you have not heard of this, because I think the only people that would have ever heard of this movie is if they would have saw it on HBO back in the late 70s, early 80s. I don't remember it ever being in the theaters here because that's the first time I'd ever heard about it. Now, it stars Jessica Harper and Michael Parks. And if some people might know who Michael Parks is, I think he had there was a series on TV way back when that he was on. I don't remember. But he's also been in many Quentin Tarantino movies. He was in Kill Bill Volume 2. Well, he may have had a part in 1. I don't know. But I know he was in Volume 2. He was the cop that went into the church when Uma Thurman had been shot. And he was also he played a couple parts in part 2. And then he, Kill Bill. And then he was also in, if anybody ever saw the Grindhouse movies, he was in Planet Terror. He may have been in, I'm trying to remember if he was in both of them, but I know he was in Planet Terror. But those are cool too. Not scary, they're just really cool, fun. But Michael Parks and Jessica Harper are married, and this takes place in Louisiana. And they moved from New Orleans to this other town that, now I forgot what town it took place in. It's a real town in Louisiana, but I think it's more up north of Louisiana. And he's an engineer. So there's times when he's like on the train, I mean. So there's times where he's like gone late at night, and he's at work really late and then comes back. But so she's at home alone on her own, and it's a beautiful big farmhouse, which I always thought was really cool looking. They're saying it, quote unquote, is based on a true story. I have not seen it. I've never found a true story on it. I don't think it's true, but at the end, it brings you up to date on what happens after this. Because this takes place like in the 40s, I want to say. So it takes place way back in the 40s, and there's the back of it. And that's the only picture we have of Jessica Harper. So it's really, to put it, okay, the late Vic Morrow was in it, and everybody knows who he is. He's the one who got killed on the during the making of Twilight Zone, the movie. Jennifer Jason Leigh's father. He's in it. There's a reason it's called The Evictors, and I can't spoil that, but I just want to say when I saw it as a kid, I didn't understand. I was just into the spooky stuff, but the music is so scary, and it kind of makes you a little bit afraid of staying home alone if you see it. To me, it did. I mean, I'm telling you, man. Now I question Now I question if I ever really want to buy a house. But anyway, long story short, I don't want to give anything away. But I'm telling you what, it really makes you stop and think at the end of it, the way it comes out. You think, I wonder if this could really happen. But it starts off like way back, and it starts off where it starts off in the past, and it's before the 40s. I don't even remember the first year it started. And it goes back to the past before everything happened. And it shows it in, that old, not really black and white, but that like vintage film where it's almost a tan color. And it shows these old cars. I mean, whoever directed this, I'm trying to remember who the director was. Or cinematographer did excellent. Because it really looks like you're watching a movie from that time. And there's a big shootout. And it really shows how, it really looks like people are shooting at the house. There's pictures falling. There's bullets coming through. It looks so real. I'm telling you, this is one that I wish they would show it today, because it's like I said, I can't say much without giving it away. It's just that she's getting freaked out because it almost is like when someone's spooking you, when someone's driving by the house, or you get weird notes in your mailbox, or, so she's on alert. So Michael Parks is her husband. And since he works late at night, he bought her a gun and taught her how to use a gun. And this was back in the 40s times, I'm pretty sure. I was trying to remember the exact year this took place. I need to watch it again because it's so good. But it is directed by a Charles B. Pierce, who I don't know that name, but and he also wrote it. Well, there's 3 writers. Paul Fisk, that name sounds familiar. But, and you can kind of tell the reason why it's called The Evictors. They move in this house and then they're freaked out. But at the end, there's a reason why. I don't want to, like I said, don't want to give anything away. I just want to say, if you see this, watch it. And it's only like an hour and a half. It's not a very long movie. I wish it was longer. Yeah, 92 minutes, 1979. So, yeah, there's not really much inside. There's a photo right here inside of Michael Parks and Jessica Harper. I don't know. It won't come out of there, but that's what the photo of them. Let me take off the disc, where he's showing her how to shoot a gun. That's what that is. And like I said, that's the front of it. It says, it was a small Louisiana town where people live and love and die, and no one ever thought of locking their doors. It's good. Give this one a try. And if you have seen it, let me know what you think of it. The music, man, it's like kind of like Halloween, where the music like really, really makes it really scary. And that's how this one is too. It's really good. And you can see the house there with the car in front of it. That's the old house that they lived in. And the reason it's called the Monroe house, because that's the owners, or the people who owned it at the very beginning, when the whole shootout happened with, and I'm trying to remember why the shootout happened. I think it had something to do with repossessing the house, but they wouldn't leave. It's just so good. It's such a good movie. This is one that I fully recommend, and it gives 5 out of 5 coffees, just like the movies I've been. But I'm gonna end up talking about some movies that I really did not like, and if I didn't like them, I probably don't have the DVD. There's one in my mind right now that I say pass on, but of course it's another one nobody's ever heard of. But this is very good. It is awesome. This is the director of the town that dreaded sundown. That's that true story in Texarkana. I've not seen that movie. I made a mistake of ordering it on Amazon, and I got the remake, and the remake's terrible. That's one I could talk about. So do not see the remake of The Town That Dreaded Sundown. That gets no coffees from me. Maybe half a cup, if that. So that's my 2 cents on that one. I have not seen the original, though, because I screwed up and got the remake. I didn't even know there was a remake of that movie. I'm like, this isn't the old one, because I think the old one's in black and white, but I'm not positive on that. And then the back of this says, don't bother to lock your doors. Nothing can keep them out. It all began years ago when the descendants of the original owners of this land fought a bloody battle to prevent foreclosure on the property. They were never seen again, but their oath that no one would ever live in their house had led to a startling chain of events. Years later, Michael Parks and Jessica Harper discover the first brutal murders. In a panic, they buy firearms to protect themselves, but nothing seems to keep out the vengeful spirits. Now a new family wants the farmhouse. This chilling film also features the great Vic Morrow. So that's it. That's the back of it. It's so cool. I might watch it tonight. It's so cool. Okay. The Evictors, #1 of my scary, spooky season movie film festival. Let's call it. There you go. 5 out of 5 coffees. It is The Evictors. Let me know what you think if you've seen it. I got this off of Amazon, I think. I don't know if this is on any channels. It should be. It should definitely be on some channels, on some streaming channels or something. So that's it. Amazon Prime might have it. I will see you next time with another spooky movie. I think I know what I'm going to talk about next week. I was going to do that this week until I was going through my stash and found the Evictors. So let me know what you think. And, wow. The ending gets you. The ending really comes out. It's one of those that's sort of a mystery. You don't know why this is happening until the end. But very good. Highly, highly recommended. It's not boring. You don't get like, let's get this over with. I mean, it's good all the way through. I will see you next time. Grab yourself a cup of coffee and watch a scary movie. I'll see you next time, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Please comment. I need comments so that I can get the, what's that called? I don't know. The word that starts with an A. I can't think of it. But anyway, I need to get my algorithm. I don't know. I need to get that out there so my YouTube channel can be seen. I also have Kelly's Coffee and Crime Chat, which is about true crime, on my podcast. So I will see you next time, everybody. Have a great weekend. Spooky season's coming. See you next time.